comfortable, we're just going to close our eyes for a moment. Start to take in our surroundings. Start to check in with the body. Taking note of what's going on, our sensations, all of our 5 senses. And while we're here, we're going to start to take in more air, breathing a little bit deeper into the lungs with each inhale. And on our exhales, let's try to go out through the mouth. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Good. As we start to increase and change up our breath pattern, we're going to start with the top of the head. We're going to bring some awareness to the crown. Start to imagine taking in the breath through the top of the head. And as you inhale, it's going to go through each part of your body, over your face muscles, down through your cheekbones, softening the eyes and the jaw and the tongue. Down through the throat and over the neck and the shoulders, softening everything it touches. Down through the chest and over the belly, through the lungs. Really relaxing all of our muscles at this point, preparing them for some different postures today. But first trying to get them to neutral. No energy involved whatsoever. Can feel our sit bones sinking into the mat, melting everything down, feeling the pressure of our body on the floor. Breathing down through the legs and the thighs, letting the kneecaps fall even further. Breathing down through the toes, through the heel. As we start to reduce all of our stress, reduce all of our tensions in our body, we'll continue this breath all the way through the practice. Perhaps we can bring a mantra or a focus to our practice today. So bringing something to mind, something to our cells and our brain to focus on as we continue. Big or small, something we'd like to change or shift, or just appreciate. Once we have that thing in focus in our mind, we're going to take a deep inhale and surround that thing with love, with acceptance. And exhale anything around it that feels like a blockage. Take one more moment here just to feel ourselves fully present in our own space. using our mat as a container to feel anything that we need to today. And when we're ready, we're slowly going to open the eyes. And on the inhale, we're going to bring our palms together. And we're just going to start to rub the palms like this. So we're going to start to warm up the hands a little bit. You can start slow, and we're going to crank it up just a little bit more. Lots of nerve endings in the hands and the feet. So if we can wake up our hands, we'll start to wake up our brain. Good. We're going to take those hands, place them right on the knees. And on the inhale, we're going to look up, bring the chest forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, press the spine back. Good. We'll go at our own pace here. Waking up the spine. Starting to engage the belly as we exhale, bringing it back to the spine, massaging our organs. And we'll come back to neutral when we're ready, and we'll go side to side. So inhale the ribs over to the right, and exhale to the left, keeping a nice tall spine, keeping our hips planted. If we want to add our head movement, we can. So over to the left, our head will look over to the opposite shoulder. Let's come back to neutral when we're ready. We're going to take our spine in big circles. So inhale forward and right. Exhale back and left. And we can take it as small or large as we'd like. Finding our own sense of what neutral is for today. Defining our own points in which we can push past. Beautiful. Let's switch directions. Imagining that we're wringing out the spine, wringing out the organs, getting rid of all those nasty things we've accumulated over the winter time. Starting to emerge into some spring energy. Good. We'll come slowly back to neutral. From here, we'll take those hands, spread them wide, and we're going to place ourselves into all fours. So bringing our knees right under our hips, hands right under our shoulders. We're going to tuck those toes underneath. And we're just going to start rocking forward and back, starting to wake up those hips, wake up the ankles. If it feels good, we can even go past our hands here to get a little stretch in the forearms. From here, we're going to sit back onto those toes. We're going to bring those arms in a little bit and roll up to the balls of the feet. Good, nice and tall spine, head up and away from the center. And we can either stay here Or we can do some more rocking, waking up the feet. We can also add a little circling of the knees if that feels good for us. Taking our time, we're slowly going to lower those heels, straighten the knees, and we'll come into a forward fold. Maybe this is our first inversion of the day, so taking careful mind of our backs of our legs, making sure we're not overdoing it right away. We can soften the head, looking between the legs. And if it feels good for us today, we can explore our poise on our feet. So even in forward fold, we can kind of come forward onto the toes, and then we can roll back to the heel. See which feels good for us if we want to play with it. When we're ready, slowly bending those knees, we're going to bring ourselves up to standing nice and slow, stacking the spine all the way up to standing. Finding our mountain pose here, so starting to engage the legs, engage the belly. If we practice with locks, you can bring the pelvic floor up. You can start to roll in the stomach, the tennis ball. And we can use our tongue lock, placing the tongue at the back of the teeth. Starting to grow from the bottom up, drawing that energy through the body, out through the crown. And from here, let's inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale, down, walking the hands all the way to the top of the mat, finding our high plank. We're going to roll down through to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, tuck those toes, press back to downward dog. Good. Nice job. Taking a few moments here, really pressing into the hands and the feet equally so that you can raise those hip bones up. Of course, adding any bits of movement that feel good here, maybe rolling the ankles, walking the knees. Good. From here, we're going to look up between the hands. We're going to walk our feet there and find our forward fold. Good. Seeing if we can keep those locks engaged. If it feels good, we can try to tilt the pelvis and the tailbone up towards the sky, opening the backs of our legs. Good. From here, softening the knees, we're going to slowly press ourselves up to standing. Nice and slow. As we arrive in mountain pose, engaging our bodies. Finding our breath pattern, just taking note of what's going on in our own space. Where is our focus? Good. On the inhale, we're going to soften those knees, straighten those arms up overhead, and forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale down, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back into high plank, lowering to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Good. Potentially finding our feet in a different position, changing it up on us, breaking our habits. On our next inhale, looking up to the hands, walking our feet up there, finding our forward fold. Starting to generate a little bit more heat. We're going to soften those knees, slowly roll up to standing, all the way to mountain pose. Getting the blood pumping. We're going to go a little faster. So inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold, making it flow through. Inhale, upward. Exhale, down, high plank. Roll to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Very nice. While we're here, let's take our head. Let's see if we can turn it to the left, looking under the arm. And to the right, releasing some of that neck tension. Good. On our next inhale, looking up to our hands, walking or jumping between them, finding our forward fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale, down. Inhale, lift, sweeping the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale to heart center. We're going to find the palms right at our chest. Make sure we're in mountain pose, still nice and engaged. And we'll press those palms together to engage the back. From here, let's sink down into those hips and those knees. We're going to press ourselves back. Raise those hands up and away for chair pose. Good. If you'd like a challenge, see if you can go back into the backs of your heels and lift your toes off the mat. When we're ready, on the inhale, place those toes down. We're going to straighten the knees, reach for the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale, down, planting the hands, stepping back to high plank. Rolling through to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Very nice. Finding some comfort in this position, but still active.
from here, if our feet aren't already there, let's take them to the outsides of our mats, so the very edge, so that they're spread nice and wide. We're going to bring our hands up under us just a little bit more if we can. And we're going to take that right arm, lift it and bring it through. See if we can grab the outside of the left leg. And with our head, we can look up under that left arm for three-legged dog. Good. Let's release. Bring that right arm down. We're going to switch to the other side. So left arm comes up through. Look up under that right arm. Three-legged dog. See if we can engage that right arm. Push the palm all the way into the floor for more stability. Good. Let's bring our arms back to downward dog. We can bring them out just a little bit. Very nice. From here, let's sink down to those knees. And we'll find ourselves in child's pose. Gonna sink those hips back. Take a little moment for ourselves. Reach those arms forward. Stretch the shoulders. And breathe. Good. While we're here, we're going to take our hands, we're going to move them over to the left side, stretching out the right rib cage. And to the other side, working through our left. Come back to center. When we're ready, we're going to slowly come back to all fours. And we'll press back into our downward dog, tucking those toes. Beautiful. When we're ready, on the inhale, taking that right foot all the way up, pointing the toes for our standing split. Good. On the next exhale, we're going to bring that knee through, bend the leg, and place it into runner's lunge. Good. Making sure we're straightening the spine, bringing the face up and out. Really bending into that back ankle so we straighten the leg. Beautiful. When we're ready, placing that left arm down and flat, we're going to inhale the right arm overhead, finding a twist. Good. Finding our breath pattern, maintaining our locks. On the exhale, bringing that hand down. We're going to drop that left knee. Now from here, we're going to stay right here. We're actually going to keep our spine straight. Bring both hands to the inside of that right leg. And we're just going to lean forward into that hip a little bit more. If it feels good, you can actually take yourself down onto the forearms. And really breathe into that hip. Taking our time, we're slowly going to come back up to both hands. We're going to place our knee right up in the air again. Good. From here, we're going to take that left leg, place it down on the mat, and come up for warrior one. Good. Bending into that knee, softening the shoulders, still maintaining our center. Beautiful. On our exhale, swinging the arms open into warrior two, sending energy out through the fingers. Good. Dropping that left arm down, we're going to go into warrior reverse right away. Good. Breathing into that whole side body, making space in both sides of the torso. Good. And on our exhale, we're going to pass through center warrior two and head over to side angle, dropping the right arm, lifting the left arm overhead. Beautiful. Breathing right into that side body, expanding, making space. Good. On our next exhale, let's go ahead and come back to warrior two. We're going to straighten that right leg all the way. Can shake it out if we need to. And we're going to reach forward and down, finding our triangle pose. Really engaging the toes on both feet. Pressing your energy up and through the hand. Nice deep breaths here. Cleansing the cells. And on your next exhale, let's bring that left arm down. We're going to bend our right knee slightly. Bring our torso up and over here. We're going to do our half moon pose for balance. So we can bring our hands forward, we can bring our hands side, whatever position feels good. See if you can point that back toe. Bringing your heart and your chest forward and out. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. And exhale, we're going to come down. Finding a standing position. We'll shake those legs out. Very nice. So we're going to go into our favorite balancing section. So from here, let's take our left foot. We'll plant it down. We're going to lift the right leg first today. So lifting it up to passe. No hands. We can keep it here or we can take it out to the side. Seeing if we can press up and through the hip, standing up nice and tall. Good. From here, if we want to take it out some more, we can lift the knee.
And for even more challenge, grab that big toe or anywhere on your foot, and we're gonna extend. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. And exhale. We're going to slowly release as slow as we can back down. Good. We'll shake it out. And we'll do the other side. So here we go. Right foot planted. Make sure those toes are spread wide, gripping the floor. And we're going to bring that left leg up with no hands. Good. You can bring it out to the side, of course. Standing up nice and tall. See if you can even get the eyes up. So back of the head is nice and tall. I know a lot of you are dancers, so get into your dancer's position. Good. From here we can take our knees out to the side. Add a little bit more. And if that feels good, finally we can grab the toe and find our full extension. Good. Breathe. Use your locks. Use the floor. And on your next exhale, we're going to slowly release down, taking our time. Yeah, good job. Let's shake it out. And we're going to go to the tops of our mats. So from here, let's bring those big toes together. We're going to inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down, planting the hands, finding your high plank, rolling through the belly, pressing to upward dog, and exhale to downward dog. Beautiful. Take a moment here, check back in with your body. Note any sensations that you feel, any openings, any bits of tension coming out of the woodwork. And when we're ready, let's inhale that left foot all the way up, pointing the toe, finding our standing split. And on the exhale, bringing that knee in and finding our runner's lunge. Good. Making sure our spine is nice and straight, pushing back into that right heel, engaging the leg, looking out into our bright sunny future. From here, planting that right arm down, we're going to lift the left arm up, finding a nice twist. If it feels good, we can look up to those fingers. And on your exhale, we're going to bring that arm all the way down. We're going to drop that right knee as well and bring both arms to the inside of that leg. And we can stay right here, lean into that hip a little bit, so bring your pelvis forward. If this feels good, we can come down to the forearms and open that hip even more. into the spaces that maybe feel a little tight or a little scared to open up. Good, and from here we're going to slowly bring ourselves back up, lifting that knee. We're going to place that right foot down and press to warrior one. Really getting into that left knee, bending as low as we'd like today. Finding our locks, finding our center engagement. From here, we'll open nice and wide to warrior two, reaching those fingers out, energy. And from here, we're going to bring that right arm down, left arm overhead for reverse warrior. Seeing if we can lengthen the torso on both sides, even though we're bending. From here, on the exhale, passing through center, we're going to bring ourselves to side angle. Left arm down, right arm overhead. Finding your breath pattern, coming back to that mantra that we've picked out in the beginning. Good. When we're ready, we're going to come back up to warrior two. Straighten that left leg. Shake those legs out if we need to. And we're going to reach all the way over and down for triangle pose. Looking up at those fingers, wringing out that spine. Nice active legs here. Using your feet, using the mat for support. When we're ready, on the exhale, let's bring both arms down. We're going to bend that left knee slightly, bring our torso up and over, and we're going to lift that back leg to half moon. We can bring our arms forward, any position that feels good for us today. Nice engaged center. A few more breaths, squeezing what we've got, lifting, and exhale, let's slowly come down, shaking those legs out, very nice. All right, let's meet at the tops of our mats, big toes together, spreading the toes wide. On the inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. And exhale down, planting the hands, finding high plank. Rolling through to the belly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Good. Doing a couple more movements here. Maybe you want to add a little knees, a
little ankle rolling. Maybe moving the fingers a little bit. And when we're ready, taking our time, we're going to bend both those knees together. We're going to look up to those hands, and we're going to try to jump through to a seated position. Yes. Excellent. Now from here, let's keep our feet nice and long. We're going to send them out. Make sure our sits bones are rolled out. We can feel everything pressing into the floor. Tucking those toes back to face us. Gonna sit up nice and tall. On the inhale, looking up. And exhale, fold. We're gonna try to keep our spine straight for this one. So we only want to fold as much as we can without curling. Activating our locks. On your inhale, we're going to look up where we are. And exhale, fold further, and we can curl the spine for this one. Slowly taking our time, we're going to roll back up to seated. And from here, we're going to roll a little bit further back onto our tailbone. We're going to bring those knees up, and we're going to do a little parallel planking thingy here. That's the official name. So we're going to lift up those shins, straighten the spine, bring our hands out. Use our center to hold us. If you'd like to stay here, this is awesome. If you want to straighten the legs, even awesome. Good. Breathe nice and deep. Bring your chest forward. And on your exhale, we're going to lower down nice and slow. Good job. All right, from here, let's keep those knees up, feet flat on the floor, and we're going to roll to our backs. Good. When we arrive here, we'll take a few moments. Take a few deep breaths, letting our muscles start to cool down and soften into the earth. Feeling our heartbeat, feeling our lungs rise and fall. Allowing our breath pattern to return to a less controlled environment. A more natural state. And from here, let's allow our legs to roll over to the left side, and we'll keep our shoulders on the floor, and we'll take our face to the right side. Slowly we'll come back to center, and we'll switch sides. Knees over to the right, head over to the left. feeling our body releasing our muscles slowly but surely. From here, let's come back to center. Knees back up. And we'll take our kneecaps and we're going to bring them into the chest. We can roll side to side here, massaging the low back. And we'll take our knees and we'll start to make big circles around the outside. Good. We can switch directions if that feels good for us. Good. And while we're here, let's take one big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Letting everything we've dislodged from the body today just release. Let's grab those big toes. We're going to come up into our happy baby. Rolling side to side. Feeling a little bit of joy and silliness in our practice. When we're ready, let's go ahead and exhale, lowering those legs, finding our final pose of Savasana. Getting as comfy as we can. I'm going to take a few moments of silence here to listen to our bodies and to reflect. some life back to our bodies. Wiggling our fingers and toes. Adding a little movement to help us come back to the present. When we're ready, we're going to roll onto the right side. Allowing our heart energy to infuse the rest of our body. Infuse the rest of our day. Knowing that we can always find this stillness as long as we remain aware and pay attention to our present. Taking our time, we're going to slowly come back to seated. Taking a few more moments to ourselves. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. It's always a pleasure.